It's the last day of April, and if I'm being honest, it's been a heavy month. The kind of month where things kept happening, where it felt like life kept testing myself and my family. Nothing life-ending, but enough to make everything feel a bit off. So today, I'm going for a hike. This is where all tourists come there in Cape Town, just to take their photo and then move on with their lives. I don't feel like most mornings require explanations. Sometimes you just wake up and feel like you need to get out and spend the day in nature to clear your mind, create some space and clarity. Cape Point and Cape of Good Hope are often confused, but they are two distinct locations within the same reserve. The Cape of Good Hope is a geographical landmark and one of the most southwesterly points of the African continent. It was historically significant for sailors navigating trade routes between Europe and the East. Cape Point, located a short distance away, is a high promontory known for its lighthouse and cliffs. The lighthouse was built to help guide ships and reduce the number of shipwrecks along the dangerous coastline. While both are part of the same area, Cape Point serves more as a lookout and a navigation aid, while the Cape of Good Hope is recognized as the key geographic milestone. This is Diaz Beach. It's quite untouched by mankind because it's a bit of a climb to get down. But honestly, I think it's worth the effort. You just need to be fit. Diaz Beach sits below steep cliffs and is exposed to strong ocean currents and waves, making it dangerous for swimmers despite its sheltered appearance from above. So that's our destination, and this is our little path we are taking to get there. Mary Nasi was a young French rugby player who went missing in 2024 while visiting Cape Point with his team. He was swept into the ocean at Diaz Beach. Despite search efforts, his body was never recovered. His disappearance led to legal action in France, with questions raised about supervision and safety during the outing, and investigations are still ongoing. Seeing this memorial of this young boy, only 18, and how he never made it back from here, reminded me how quickly things can change. We come to places like this for views, for feeling, for perspective, but sometimes the perspective is this: that life is fragile, that nothing is guaranteed, and that being here, right now, is something we don't get to take for granted. After the kind of month I had, seeing Mary's memorial made me feel a bit more grounded in a different way. It put things into perspective, not to minimize what has been hard, but to remind me how much still matters, and how much is still here, and how much there still is to be grateful for. There's an eland on the path. How magical. Wardrobe change. Getting so hot. And eland's on the path now. Long before European exploration, this area was inhabited by indigenous coastline communities, including the Khoi and the Sand people. They lived off the land and the coast, using natural resources for food, shelter, and tools, and had a deep understanding of the local environment. The arrival of the European explorers and later settlers significantly disrupted these communities and their way of life. Let's go. So we came from down there and we're going up there now to Cape Point. How exciting. So a lot of people believe that this is where the two oceans meet, but it's actually not at Cape Point. It's further down by Cape Agulhas. I'm sweating so much. I didn't even know that there's another trail up here. Holy shit. Morning. That's all I wanted to say. This ended up being quite tough. So that's actually where we're coming from. We are parked by the Cape of Good Hope sign, which is behind that area over there. That's where we climbed up, and we had a lookout over there. We walked past Diaz Beach, and we actually went like this to that parking lot, and then we came up here. Sorry about the chipped nail polish. So that's our destination, and then we need to go back the way we came. See what's going on over here. This is my first time up here, to be honest. Like, I came as a child with my dad, but I don't think there was like much exploring going on. Wow, that trail's going all the way around. Let's do it. Zigzag. It might take me all the way down to the bottom. Then it means we're skipping the actual lighthouse because there's no way I'll climb back up. I can kind of see a bit of home in the distance. It's incredible that this place is kind of on my doorstep, not too far away from home. Yet it feels like another world. Okay, there's a gate. I want to call everything Diaz now. This isn't a Z at the end, it's a S. Wow. Okay, let's go. How beautiful. shit. So the Cape of Good Hope actually used to be called the Cape of Storms because of the winds and the strong tides, and that name was given by Diaz, the name that I read earlier, and later on it was changed by King John II of Portugal. I'm reading it from this book, by the way. He changed the name to the Cape of Good Hope because he saw so much potential when he came here. Of course, traders coming in wouldn't want to come to a place called Cape of Storms, but it must have been so nice to come to a place called the Cape of Good Hope. You can rename something, so you're changing the perspective of other people. So the one came here and named it after the strong winds, and the other one came here and named it after the potential that he saw. It shows one place, many perspectives, and you can just change the way you see things to change the outcome of everyone around you. This is where the Diaz Trail ends. I feel like I must do an anti-climax countdown in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're making our way back now. My camera died, so I'm using my phone. We made it back to the car, and as you can see, there's a queue for people lining up to take a photo with the sign. I actually think I'm gonna make the coffee first so that I don't need to wash the pot out again when I make the oats. Perfect. So a lot has happened. I changed into my swimsuit. I made my coffee and I relocated to the lawn. A lot of people also showed up, so I'm not alone. I'm trying to be discreet about talking to myself on camera as well. So yeah, I think I'm first going to swim and then I'm going to make my oats and have it with my coffee. officially breakfast time. The water wasn't as cold as it looked. It was actually really refreshing. Because of the glare, I can never see if there's a flame. Here we go. So this is my special oats with whey protein powder, raisins and chia seeds with a pinch of salt and a little sunflower seeds. I don't remember putting that in there, but I see it now, so I did. And there is an ant. It's just a sacrifice that he's making for my breakfast. Vitamin B12, I think. Thank you, ant. I didn't ask you to. You chose that life. Okay, where's the lid? And there we go. It's already 20 to 1 and I'm only having my breakfast now. Alrighty, I am packing up now. The weather has changed drastically. I've been here for about 40 minutes just staring into the abyss and taking in all of the nature and the ocean and getting familiar with these mountains and the peaks. But that grey clouds behind me looks a bit gnarly, so I am going to head home. This has been absolutely incredible. This is what my soul really needed. April has not been a fun month for me or my family. You don't really know the pain and the heaviness that you're carrying with you. I mean, each individual thing, like, it's small in comparison, but when it builds up on itself, it's a lot to carry. And somehow just being in nature, it creates some space in the soul and removes some of the overwhelm. I don't think nature fixes your problems, but it does remind you that life keeps moving, that seasons change, that even a rough month will end. April was heavy, but a new month starts tomorrow. And just like the Cape of Storms was changed to the Cape of Good Hope, not because the storms disappeared, but because people chose to see what lies beyond them. The same place, just a different perspective. So I enter a new month, in my same life, just a different way of seeing things.